Good morning, Mets fans, and welcome to a rainy Wednesday edition of Driving with Mr. Met. I am Mr. Met, and to quote the great Gary Cohen, it has happened. To add to that, the impossible has happened. What is the impossible? The impossible is that Rafael Montero right now is the best pitcher on the Mets pitching staff. That's right. Last night, the Mets sent Jacob deGrom to the mound against the lowly Phillies, who don't have a terrible offense, but still, they are the lowly Phillies. And Jake proceeded to get lit up, gave up 6 runs in, 6 earned, I should say, in 4 innings pitched. And Montero didn't. And that's 2 straight starts where Montero has bested deGrom. So, I don't know if that's a good thing for Montero or a bad thing for Jacob deGrom, but I do know that it's just a bad thing in general for Mets fans. It's fitting that it is such a rainy day today, because this is sort of the mood of Mets fans after last night. As I mentioned, I can never watch the Mets-Phillies games because of the archaic blackout restrictions. But last night was one of those games where I was glad I couldn't watch because listening was bad enough. So the Mets offense was lifeless last night. No fight at all in the offense. From the sounds of it, again, I couldn't see the game. Jake was off, and he started out on fire, striking out the side in the first inning, looking like awesome. We're going to get back-to-back wins for the first time since like April. At least that's how it seems. But it was certainly not to be. Jake allowed more runs to the opposing pitcher than the Mets scored. So he gave up the opposing pitcher, Blake Lively or whatever his name is, drove in 4 runs himself, a 2-run homer and a 2-run single. So, you know, it is what it is. Jake can't be perfect all the time. I'm wondering now, of course, the conspiracy theorist in me is wondering what mystery injury will befall deGrom that will make it impossible for him to finish out the season. It would only be fitting that we lose Jake too, and it can't be just a small thing. It has to be something that will affect next year as well, because Mets. Yep, that was last night's game. You know, the other thing yesterday that came out, Terry Collins said that he was going to start, that Matt Harvey was going to start on short rest tonight, the Wednesday night game. And I, for one, was sort of glad about that because, you know, he wasn't really taxed. He only threw 2 innings. They were, I mean, I don't want to say they were stressful innings. They were, but I mean, he just wasn't pitching very well. So, he threw what he threw, 70-some pitches, coming back on short rest. I didn't think it would be that big of a deal. Well, as of this morning, or I guess as of last night, they walked back from that, and now Harvey will not be pitching today. They cited the weather as the reason. I don't know. It's probably they thought better of it. Who knows? Frankly, I think Harvey would fare better against the Phillies than he did against the Astros, but we'll never know because he's not going to pitch tonight. And frankly, now at this point, we don't know who is going to pitch. I guess it's a toss-up between Tyler Pill or Robert Zellman, but at this point, just a few minutes before, or just a few minutes after 8 o'clock in the morning, tonight's starter remains TBD for the Mets. So heading into the game tonight, it'll be TBD against whoever the Phillies are throwing out there. I mean, honestly, it just doesn't matter. And as I said yesterday, this has just been an absolutely soul-crushing season for me. I don't remember ever being this down and this miserable to the point where I don't want to watch. I don't know, 3-4 more weeks of baseball left to be played. I'm going to try to get out to Citi Field at the end of the month for one last hurrah. I don't know why. At that point, I won't recognize anyone on the roster, but I'm going to go anyway. Be the last week of the month against the Braves one night when I'm actually in New York for the week. But until then, we'll just have to endure them playing on television and or on the radio. So that's going to wrap it up for today. Looking forward to seeing which of the 2 terrible pitchers the Mets go with tonight and see if they can do a better job containing the Phillies than deGrom did last night. So thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. If you're not already doing so, you can follow me on Twitter at Mr_Met. And as always, let's go Mets.